Welcome back to Deep Heights. My name is Deborah. We're going to do a reading for the full moon. It's going to be a buck moon. We're coming to Independence Day in the United States, July 4th. When I think about the buck, I think about the stag. I think about freedom, about magic, about truth. The stag is the king of the forest. He's mystical and mythical, and he guides us on journeys. We have 5 planets still in retrograde. Mercury is retrograding in Cancer. We are in Cancer season. It's an interesting time, and full moons, the moon is at its highest, brightest. It's completely illuminated to half of it. There's always a dark side. There's going to be a lunar eclipse as well with this full moon. Intense energies, a lot of intense energies. Let's just talk. Let's see what the cards have to say about this. How can we, I feel like there are things that need to be released, purged at this time. And we can open ourselves, expose ourselves in ways that make us really uncomfortable. Personally, Cancer season is very difficult for me. It's too emotional for me. It makes me uncomfortable. It takes me out of my element. And that's saying a lot for being an emotional person. Alright. Let's get started. Let's get a Sacred Geometry Oracle card. These cards come up together, these two, and I've shuffled this deck quite a bit. So we have Remembrance. And on the bottom of the deck we have Magic. Remembering who we are, where we come from, our history. Our history is important, for good or bad. People want to erase history. They want to erase bad parts of history, what they think are bad parts of history. Do we even know that we know the truth of history? Is what we've been presented the truth? We don't know that. How do we access those truths? This is how I access truth. And what is magic? Purity. It is moving with reality, open to and with, being able to adjust, feeling. Truth is felt, it's heard, but it's experienced. And you can't be armored. Talking about coming into Cancer season and being vulnerable, you can't be armored. You can't know truth and be armored. You cannot. Because it's alive, and truth itself is movement, life, breath. It's alive. It can't be defined in a word or in my speech, no matter how poetic that I would want it to be. I just live it. And that's magic. Remembering that and who you are. Talking about the stag, that remembrance, kind of like a shaman guiding you deeper into the forest, into yourself, to remind you that you are the teacher, but you're the leader, you're the stag, you are the magic, you are the freedom, you are the truth. With spirit, with the universe. In these times, staying grounded and not getting lost in the cacophony of madness of the world. It's mad. It's madness. People are insane, unsane. an animal card. We'll talk about this remembrance. What have we all forgotten? I think that we've forgotten on a mass level, a mass amnesia. We forget our past, we forget our history, we forget who we are. We don't even know who we are. We're just being tossed about by the media. The next thing that comes along to scare us, we don't know anything, we're completely lost. And the fact that the media can do that is definitely a form of magic. That's magic. Black and white magic. How do you recognize that? Or even know, and know that you know, remember that you already know. I'm thinking with this remembrance as well about health and herbology and being connected to the earth is important. Healing, protection. Magic is in the earth, magic is in the plants, magic is in the trees, in the animals. Let's get a card for this remembrance. This always happens to me. I'll be looking at the card and then I'll think of something else. So in remembrance, it's 38, which is 11, and I think of Aquarius because of the 11th house, like the 11th hour. It's getting late. You know, it's the 11th hour. We're close to the end. You know, maybe not the end, but we're going to be past the point of no return. What are we going to be able to save of ourselves? Society's gone. Our civilization, our way of life, for some of us who enjoy freedom and individualism, is eroding, being destroyed, being masked, covered over. There's something I feel like with this Aquarian energy, and even when we think of processional time coming into the age of Aquarius, because it's unexpected. Uranus is erratic, it's electric, there's electricity here, this blue. Think of the Jedi's lightsaber, the Force, but it's unexpected. It's the 11th hour. So the unicorn flew out by itself. There was a couple of other cards, but the unicorn flew over there, and we have the hawk on the bottom. I'm going to take the unicorn. So here we have our full moon. Not a buck, but there's a horn. The buck moon. Which is interesting. I think I was saying how we're in Cancer season, and it's a feminine sign ruled by the moon, Cancer, coming into this buck moon, which is masculine. And we're balancing out those energies. The horn is a phallic symbol. To begin with, this is one. The one, it would be like the one horn, the one phallus, the sun king, in front of the moon. But this is mystical. This isn't something that can be explained. I had I did a reading last year where I was talking about how spirit speaks in symbols. how do we remember with this remembrance card? Spirit cannot speak to you like I'm speaking to you. You know, you have to unlock those symbols yourself and break codes, see them for what they are, feel them. You can't be armored. You know what I'm saying? It's just, how do you remember with the magic? Because the unicorn is the ultimate magical creature. The ultimate magical creature is the unicorn. Where do we find it? Do we find it within? Where is it to be found? And if it showed itself, like I think of the movie Legend, you know, something that's so pure, magic and truth that's so pure that it doesn't even, it can't even protect itself. There's a fragility here, that vulnerability I'm getting to. The feeling that I have right now is I'm trying to see, you know, I'm looking. I can't find my way. Maybe this isn't something that we're going to see, that it's something that we must feel, which is what I was saying to begin with. This 5 planets in retrograde, now with Cancer, with the full moon, the buck moon, the lunar eclipse, this is very feeling, very difficult, because it makes us feel fantastical and fantasy, and those of us who are logical and unfeeling are going to be very uncomfortable, but there's an opportunity to learn and grow here, to create the sun that lights up the dark, or maybe not even creating the sun, but learning how to be okay in this dark and know that it's a cycle. I read something a couple of days ago that said this is just a season of your life, not your whole life. So no matter what you're going through, remember that it's just a season. This is just a cycle. This will end. To not get lost here, because there's some madness here. There's always madness with the moon. Always. I feel like I haven't gotten to the point where we need to get to yet. Let's get one for the magic, please. Moth. Finding the light. Finding the light, being guided. Not knowing why, because it's like a magnet. You just follow your intuition. For me, the moth is also about discernment. The true light and the false light. Are you going to fly into the bug zapper? The electric bug zapper? Is there something dangerous about us remembering? You know, this is the, you know, those bug zappers, how they glow, and then and the moth flies into it. There's a danger here with us remembering. The danger of madness. There's a danger of death. Always. And that's what makes us heroic. Go on anyway. We go through it. We fly into that danger. Because there's pain here. There's pain in remembering. And it's going to be different for each one of us. I mean, we have collective pain for what we do collectively, or what we neglect to do collectively when we stand by and do nothing. All right. Let me get one more animal card. What does Spirit want us to know? What is it that What's the danger? What's the danger? Falling stones. What's the danger here? I want to show you that they're falling out in stacks. I don't take stacks. What's the danger? There it is. Come on. Come on. Of course the danger doesn't want to show itself. My face is red. I feel like I'm getting hot. Show me the danger. These two fell out before and I didn't take them. These are the first two cards that fell out. I didn't want to take them because they were two. Here they are again. So we have the crocodile and the beaver. So here we are. Here you are. Here we are. Happy, building, creating, in the water, emotional. Water. Happy. Able to build in a dam to stop the water from overflowing too much. What it's going to do in Cancer season, just blow us over. People like me, blows me over, you know. But you can harness this energy and do it effectively, and you can stop it or slow it. It's like alchemy. You bring something else to it. It's like, no, you tame it. You tame that part of yourself, but you still experience it. Here's your threat. There's the crocodile in the water. Waiting, watching. This is the danger. Death. The past. I think of feminine energy, specifically when I see the crocodile. This is a feminine energy. Could be a mother figure. It's interesting. But this is going to represent our memories, our past, the mother, here, the crocodile. Because this beaver is happy, joyful. Look how happy this beaver is. He's doing what he does. Happy, joyful to do, to be, happy to be alive. Does this being look happy to be alive? Does this being look like it wants to see this one happy to be alive? No. This one is full of envy, hate, and rage, and it's got that one beady fucking eye on you, watching you, waiting. How do we get through this? It's scary. Because some people, knowing that this exists, aren't even going to go into the water. They're like, no, I'm out. Peace. You know, they're going. They don't want to feel it. That'll open up a little bit more, so let's move on. I'm going to use the Zillage Tarot. Talking about freedom. This is a malignant type of feminine energy. This malignant moon energy. This bad moon, this bad feminine energy. We're in Cancer season. What does that mean? It would mean manipulative, overly emotional, hateful. Because this energy hates itself. It doesn't want to care. It doesn't care. It's cold-blooded. it has no warmth, no love to give, no affection, no tenderness. It's just wants to take what it can take from everyone and anything. It wants everyone to conform to it. It's survival only. It isn't life. It isn't living. It isn't alive. Not in a way that is magic. Not in a way that flows. This is sick and it's twisted. It's evil. It hates life. This energy hates life and all of its processes. We have the magician on the bottom. Creating something, the tools that we have. We're in the water. We're on the shore, at least, here. And the only way to remember, the only way that we're going to get this remembrance is getting in the water. And it's like moon water. It's weird. It's like something that I've never actually experienced or felt, and it's hard for me to explain it because it's not like the water of the star or, it's unique. It's unknown somehow, unseen, unspoken as well. And it's like a whole new passage, a whole new rite of passage. And somehow we already know ourselves, our body, bioenergetically, physically, we know in our spirit, in our being, in our plasma, and whatever you would want to call it. We already know because it's intrinsic. We know, but we don't know. And like that's the process of remembering. And the only way to remember is to go through it in the moment. Like as we go, we know. And that's the magic of the moth, and that's the magic of the magician. He's fire. He's Aries. He's the beginning of the wheel. He is the young buck. He is the buck. He is the Sun King. New. Still king. He understands cycles, harmonized and balanced. He's a warrior. The Hierophant reversed. The Two of Swords. This Hierophant reverse is speaking to me about the breakdown of societal institutions in our world. Corruption. Corruption in our governments. Corruption in our religious institutions, in our schools, in our systems, in our corporations. Breakdown. Two of Swords. The need for peace, the need for calm, the need to be blinded, saying it can't be seen. The Two of Swords is a card where you must feel. It's a card of discernment, choices, of taking a pause, decision for action, feeling. And the only way to recognize this, because so many people they think that our world is just, I don't know what they think, I won't speak for them. But the only way to recognize the truth of the situation of our world to be able to be still for a moment, to take a pause. The wheel. The universe reversed. Luck is on our side. We have help. Change. Change is coming. This actually makes me think of the Remembrance card. I don't think you can see very well with my lighting, but it's dark here, black and white, and then you have purple here. Of course, that's just going to speak to good fortune and bad fortune, the dark and the light. Good luck and bad luck. That's just the wheel. It's time. It's time. Time for you to remember. It isn't over. We have the Two of Swords and the Seven of Cups, the Magician again. There's a danger when you go within, especially now that we get lost. Seven of Cups. Here. The Bosch. Venus and Scorpio. We can go too far down that river in the moon water. I'm saying, like, we have to be able to use our magic. We need to talk about the magic because it's clear that there's danger in the water, and I've talked for like almost 30 minutes about the danger in the water and what that is. But it's more than just the danger in the water, it's the danger in our world. So it's not just emotional. But some people think, and I have to sign to thank for this to bring this out and why I know it, that I can't speak, sorry. Our world is a reflection of who we are as individuals, not the other way around. The state of our world and all of its fuckery is because we are damaged as individuals. We all of us. We create the society that we live in. If it's falling apart, it means that, we're falling apart within individually. As within, so without. As above, so below. That's the rule, the law of the universe. The only way to fix society is to fix ourselves, each of us individually. And hopefully, we can teach our children that. And in the future, it will improve. Because I don't know how to improve it now. I don't have the answers. Ace of Wands, the Emperor behind the Magician, the Ace of Wands and the Emperor. Being your own ruler, being a ruler of yourself, being sovereign. Being sovereign. Sorry, I can't, I'm losing my words. How do we find the magic? So the universe fell out, it turned over, and we have the Seven of Wands. This is the one against the many. Seven of Wands, think in the Rider-Waite, the one with the wands fighting all the other wands. Finding yourself and who you are in the midst of others, and being unfucking afraid to stand alone and fight, because you are going to have to stand and fight. This isn't a matter anymore. It's time to fight. No. There's a fucking crocodile in the water. What are you going to do? You have to stand and fight. But you have the universe behind you. Because the universe, spirit loves the hero. This world, this existence was designed for the hero, for your journey, for the hero's journey, for you to be brave, for you to show valor. It's difficult and it's scary, and you might die. You're gonna die anyway. How are you gonna die? My dad used to tell me, you don't have to stand tall, but you have to stand. And I think about that. I think about that often. Um, when I'm presented with difficult circumstances, or I'm afraid to lose, or people won't like me, or they'll disagree with me. But at least I will have stood, and I will have kept my honor and my integrity. That's magic. That's the magic that protects you. The magic of valor forms protection. With the moth, you find the light. And I almost want to say, what difference does it make if the light you find zaps you and kills you? At least you were looking for the light. Something in that. I'm gonna get a card from the Phantom deck. The child and the ladder. The child, here's the beaver, talking about how with the crocodile. I don't like that crocodile energy. It's a bad mother. And it's like, this is the place we need to pull ourselves out of. Childish. How do we pull ourselves out of trauma and abuse? Not just physical, but psychological, when that's all we've known, and we think that that's right. And those experiences have affected us, stunted us, in who we are now as adults. And remembering who we are in these times in our world. We had a ladder to climb out of this, because this to me seems like someone who's staying in a room with their memories, with their dog, with their toys, like waiting for mommy. No, mommy's not coming. And if she does, this is the it that's coming. You can't trust it. This isn't good. Feelings of inadequacy, like remembering who you are, releasing yourself, Cancer rules the 4th house. Home, the mother. It's time to move. This is difficult for me to talk about, actually. Where do I want to go? Let's see what Spirit has to say. 2 of Cups on the bottom of your deck. Just want to get a... The thing is that when we talk about these themes and these ideas, it's different for each one of us. So I can't say, oh, this is what exactly it is for you. I can maybe we can highlight something that about the mother. Cancer season, about our childhood, about our home life when we were children. Difficulty here. And how that goes on to affect us in our adult life and the societies that we create, the cultures that we create, the atmospheres that we create for our own selves and our own homes. Things are changing, times are changing. There's something happening. It's mystical and magical. We have fortune on our side, we have luck on our side, but we have to go into the danger. We have to go into this moon water. Weird. Go in this moon water. Like into the void. But not all the way into the void. Because the moon isn't the void. Okay. The thoughts I see. Ace of Swords. That's Excalibur. This is presenting itself to us to help us see clearly, to cut through those waters. The sun rises, the Sun King, the buck moon, that full, bright, yellow moon. It's like there's two moons. There's the eclipse. Indeed. So the full illuminated moon is dark. That's really interesting. Ten of Cups. Two more cards belong here. Thank you for going on this journey with me. It's difficult. What else do we need to know? What else does Spirit want us to know? The Lovers of Praise. Two cards that have fallen out. Oh no. So we have the Knight of Cups and the Prince of Swords, which is the King of Pentacles, excuse me. On the other side of this transit, this moon, this remembrance, this difficult experience, it's going to give us clarity and allow us to be able to balance our spirituality, our spiritual hearts and our minds in a way that's overflowing, to be able to stand firmly on the ground and look at the heavens. There's a family here in the Ten of Cups. There's a wedding with the lovers. It's a connection with Spirit, knowing and understanding what it is that we want. King of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. Emotionally grounded. Emotional intelligence. Practical intelligence. Huge upgrades are happening, but we must go through it. And all the help from Spirit is here. And it's not like these are just rewards, you know, the heroes gets rewarded, or these are the rewards of the self, of the spirit, of the soul, of the growth of the soul. Whatever difficulty, it's worth it in the end, because clarity comes, happiness, a family, real love, and the ability to share that and grow that and move with that. I feel like I can't breathe. I'm going to close. Sister. Any final words, sisters? Inspiration. Purity of thought. Inspiration is another word for breath, to inspire. Inhalation is inspiration, it's inhalation. Diaphragm helps perform that action for our breath and our breathing. Being able to breathe underwater. It's moon water, keeping our... And wouldn't that be magic, you know, if we could breathe underwater? But this purity here ties along with the magic, because you can't be impure. And I talk about this often. And I'm not the most pure person, you know, I struggle. But that's what these processes are about. That's what alchemy is about the process from something gross into more subtle and body. Something more pure. It's a continuous process. Your breath is going to be important here. Your lungs. Maybe not smoking. Taking a break. Breathing. Something with the breath. I've tried my best to speak clearly and interpret the cards as much as I can. Remember that you're magic. And you have to go into the water, be vulnerable. Be discerning. The Hierophant's reversed. You can't trust those institutions that you could normally trust before. You're out of your element. We're out of our element. No one to rely on here with the Hierophant reversed. Gotta rely on yourself. And here, when you're finished with this, we have the Lovers. This is a card of being able to rely on yourself and not others, because you're aligned with spirit, with your higher self. You can rely on your own self. Believe in yourself and breathe. Good luck.